Hello, everyone. It's such a pleasure to be here with you today. We've got a wonderful discussion lined up, and I can't wait to dive into it with these amazing ladies. Let's get started. So, recently I found myself in quite a pickle. I was preparing one of my family's favorite dishes, honey mustard chicken, when I realized I was out of Dijon mustard. Now, Dijon mustard is essential for this recipe because it adds that tangy, slightly spicy kick that makes the dish so special. I was making it for a family gathering. It's something we do often on weekends at our farmhouse. Everyone looks forward to it, so I couldn't let them down. For those who might not know, Dijon mustard is a type of mustard that originated in France, made with brown or black mustard seeds and white wine or wine vinegar. It's smoother and more complex than regular yellow mustard, and I often use it in salad dressings, marinades, and sauces. In Texas, we love our bold flavors, and Dijon mustard is a staple in my kitchen because it adds that rich, savory depth to many dishes. Faced with the Dijon shortage, I had to think on my feet. Instead of simply substituting it with another mustard, I decided to create a blend of spices and ingredients that would mimic the complexity of Dijon. I mixed ground mustard seeds with a bit of white wine, a splash of apple cider vinegar, and a touch of honey for sweetness. I also added a pinch of garlic powder and turmeric for an earthy depth. The result was surprisingly close to the real thing, and it gave the honey mustard chicken a unique twist that everyone loved.
Wow, Jennifer, that sounds like an incredible save. I loved how you creatively blended different ingredients to replicate Dijon mustard. How did your family react to the new flavor?
Thanks, Sarah. They actually loved it. I think the slight sweetness from the honey and the warmth from the turmeric added a new dimension to the dish. It wasn't the same as Dijon, but it was definitely a hit.
I'm super impressed, Jennifer. Dijon mustard has such a distinct taste, and you really managed to capture the essence. I'm curious though, did you notice a significant difference in texture when you used the spice blend?
Good question, Chloe. The texture was a bit grainier compared to the smoothness of Dijon, but it worked well with the chicken. It gave the sauce a rustic feel, which paired nicely with the honey and the caramelized onions I added.
That's so inventive, Jennifer. I'm all about experimenting in the kitchen, and you totally nailed it. Did you consider using a different type of mustard, like whole grain or yellow mustard, before going the spice route?
I did think about it, Maya, but I felt that whole grain or yellow mustard might overpower the dish. I wanted something that would maintain the balance of flavors, and the spice blend allowed me to control that more precisely.
Jennifer, I'm amazed at how resourceful you were. Your approach really highlights the versatility of spices in cooking. I'm wondering, do you think your blend would work in a salad dressing or marinade too?
Absolutely, Emily. In fact, I've already tried it in a vinaigrette, and it turned out really well. The blend is versatile enough to be used in different contexts, especially when you're looking for that Dijon-like complexity.
Following up on what you said, Jennifer, I think one crucial criterion when purchasing Dijon mustard is the type of mustard seeds used. In New York, I often look for mustard that uses brown or black seeds because they provide that strong, sharp flavor. When I buy Dijon, I make sure it's got that kick that only comes from high-quality seeds. The more robust the seeds, the better the flavor in dishes like my Dijon mustard crusted salmon.
I completely agree, Chloe. The quality of the mustard seeds really makes a difference. I also pay attention to the origin of the mustard when I buy it. In Texas, I prefer to source my Dijon from brands that emphasize traditional French methods. It's not just about the flavor, but also about supporting authentic production processes.
That's so true, Jennifer. For me, the acidity level is key. California produces some excellent Dijon mustards with just the right balance of acidity to add brightness to dishes without being overpowering. I use it a lot in vinaigrettes, so I look for something that can enhance the freshness of a salad without dominating it.
I'm with you on that, Sarah. Acidity can make or break a dish. In Florida, I usually look for Dijon mustard with a balanced acidity that complements the citrus flavors we often use here. It's perfect for my mustard and orange glazed fish. I always check the label for the wine vinegar content, for it gives Dijon that distinct tang. I'd add that the texture is another important factor. In Washington, I like my Dijon smooth and creamy, which works well in dressings and sauces. A gritty or overly thick Dijon just doesn't work for me. I always check the consistency before buying, and if it's too thick, it can overpower a delicate dish like a mustard cream sauce for chicken.
Speaking of alternatives, one of my go-to substitutes for Dijon mustard is whole grain mustard. In Florida, we have access to some amazing artisanal whole grain mustards that bring a different texture and a slightly milder flavor. It's not as smooth, but the whole seeds add a lovely pop in dishes like potato salad.
That's a great choice, Maya. In New York, I often use spicy brown mustard as a substitute. It's got a bolder flavor than Dijon with a bit more heat. It works really well in marinades for meats, especially when I want something with a bit more punch than Dijon.
I sometimes use the simple mix of yellow mustard and a bit of white wine when I'm out of Dijon. It's not the same, but it gets the job done in a pinch, especially for vinaigrettes or when I'm making a quick mustard-based sauce. California has some great white wines that really elevate the mustard's flavor.
I've used Greek yogurt mixed with a bit of lemon juice as a Dijon alternative. It's a bit tangier and creamier, which works well in salad dressings. It's not exactly like Dijon, but in Washington, where we love our fresh, tangy flavors, it's a solid substitute.
All fantastic alternatives. In Texas, I sometimes use horseradish sauce for a bit of a kick when I'm out of Dijon. It's not as refined, but it brings a strong, bold flavor that works particularly well in meat dishes. It's definitely a more aggressive flavor, though, so I use it sparingly. Thanks so much, ladies, for all your wonderful insights. We've covered so much ground today, from the importance of quality mustard seeds and acidity levels to creative substitutes like whole grain mustard and Greek yogurt. Each of you brought such valuable perspectives, and I'm grateful for the chance to discuss this with you all. And to all our viewers, thank you for joining us. We hope you found our discussion on Dijon mustard and its alternatives as enriching as we did. Until next time, happy cooking!